Hello, everybody. What a great day to be a reactor, reacting to Chantal. Those of us that have been reacting to Foodie, whether you're doing it for a day or a month or a year, it's so nice when you react to someone like Foodie Beauty, someone that does so much wrong and never gets caught. When you finally see karma show up to the party, you're there to witness it. It's a really great day. We've seen Foodie do and say so many offensive, awful things. And she's always been so arrogant and cocky, thinking that she could just do whatever she wants and get away with it. Well, you can get away with some stuff some of the time, but not everything all of the time. So it is the case with her cat, BBJ. So for those who are not aware yet, anyone who's been watching Foodie for a while, you know that she's not been the best pet owner. She's been rather horrible, hasn't she? She's done so many things, from the cat litter box not being changed for 3 months to not taking the cat to the vet, even when people in her own audience gave her money to take the cat to the vet. Not having enough proper food in the house being filthy and dirty, just feeding them treats when they really shouldn't have gotten food. She's done so many things. And I'm sure Foodie, on her side, she thought that she could just get rid of the cats and no one would ever know of how neglectful she's been. Well, now we know, at least part of it, thanks to French Fry Girl. Because French Fry Girl and her family now have BBJ. And whether you're someone and you like Frenchie as a reactor or not, for those of you that don't like Frenchie, I ask you to look at the bigger picture. Put aside any feeling you have of her as a reactor and just look at it from a human standpoint of she's a human, she's a person with humanity, she cares about animals, and she did what she had to do to help BBJ. And I fully support that. I absolutely support that because something needed to be done. BBJ and Sam, they were suffering. They've been suffering for a long time in that household. Foodie has no excuse for the neglect. She's always bragging about how much money she makes. Indeed, we've all seen her spend so much money on food, on substances, on every indulgence you could think of, every impulse. Going on tour and spending hundreds of dollars on clothes that she barely wears. Going to Kuwait for 3 months, spending thousands of dollars there, giving Salah $9,000, and yet she won't take care of her own pets, when clearly she had the money to do so. And I think that's repulsive, to be a pet owner and sit there and brag to the audience how much money you have, and yet do so little for your pets, to be so selfish and cold-hearted that you deny your pets the care that they need and that they deserve. So Chantal's angry. She's very, very angry. But Frenchie and her family have BBJ. And already within the space of just a couple of days, Frenchie has done more in the way of care for BBJ than Chantal has probably done in years. She took her to the vet. She had the issue with her overgrown claws treated. And there's another vet visit coming up next week. These are things that Chantal should have done and never did because she was too busy indulging herself rather than caring for the cats that she willingly and eagerly exploited to her audience to connect with the pet parents, exploiting them for super chats But when it came time to actually care for them, she did not even want to bother. Not at all. She even used BBJ and Sam as a means of emotional manipulation, knowing that their lack of care and their welfare was of great concern to everybody, constantly mentioning what she was going to do and keeping everybody on edge, knowing that emotionally was hurting people. I feel that Chantal is a bit of a sadist like that. She likes to hurt people. She likes to keep people concerned and use that as a means to keep people tuned into her content. Well, you can't do that anymore, Chantal. The cats are safe. Sam is with a new owner, thank goodness. And now BBJ is with a new owner, and you're not going to get her back. You shouldn't get her back. You're a neglectful owner. I wouldn't trust you with a house plant. I'm so happy to know that all of the hurting and all the suffering for BBJ is over and that her healing and the love can finally begin. She and Sam both deserve love and care. They've been through a lot. Living in that filthy house, in that filthy environment, all that toxic energy, they can both start to heal and be happy. And that makes me happy knowing that both cats will get the happy ending that they need. So before we get into the react with Foodie Beauty in this live stream called You Win a Battle But Not the War, I'd like to show you guys something that I made for BBJ. Just a little something. It's nothing fancy, but I just wanted to express my happiness on this crap with the cats being over, her using the cats to manipulate people, to hurt people, exploiting them for views, exploiting them for subs, connecting with the pet parents when she herself is not a good pet parent, using them for deflection. She can't use the cats anymore for anything. They're not going to be used and exploited any further. They're going to be in places where they need to be and get the care they should get. So let me just go ahead and play this little clip for BBJ. I know that was really short. My editing skills are not the best, but I just wanted to express my happiness over knowing that the one part of Chantal's story that we were all concerned with, the one that gave us the most stress, it has a happy ending. Sam and BBJ were the only good and innocent things in Chantal's story, and now we can all rest easy that nothing bad will happen to either of them. And they're finally going to be happy. They deserve it. They've been through enough. With that said, let's get into the react for Foodie Beauty. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. And I'm going to try to be good and control my mouth. I did that one video earlier because I couldn't hold it back, y'all. I just couldn't do it. Could not, would not. So I'll try to behave with this react. So before we even get started, look at her face. Look at her. She's mad. She's real mad. And you know what's really sad to me? She's not angry over her cat being in pain, excruciating pain from her claws growing up under her foot pads yet again. Because the situation with the claws growing up under her foot pads, this is not something that's happened just once. This will make the second time it's happened. And if you guys remember, anybody remember a stream that Pete's did and everybody noticed it? Everybody noticed BBJ limping down the stairs. I can't 100% confirm it, but it would seem like maybe that's what was wrong with BBJ then. That's why she was limping down the stairs, because of her claws growing into her foot pads. And Pete's did nothing, and Foodie did nothing about it. Foodie went to Kuwait for 3 months, and even after she came home, she's been home for 3 weeks, nothing got done. She talked about taking BBJ to the vet. She never took her. She was supposed to take BBJ to the vet over a year ago for oral issues. Those were never addressed. A lot of things have not been addressed, and she has no excuse. And she knows it. She knows there's nothing she can say to justify her lack of neglect. I can't imagine being a pet owner for 18 years and being that neglectful, being that uncaring. That your pet that you own for almost 20 years, almost 2 decades, Foodie, and you're not hurting over the pain they've been in for probably the longest time. No, you're angry over the public humiliation of the exposure of your neglect. That's what's making you angry. You didn't want that exposed. Maybe you thought that you could just give the cat to someone and scoot away to Kuwait and no one would ever know what a neglectful pet owner you've been. But isn't it just desserts? Isn't it karma? Isn't it justice that all of this is being exposed before you even go to Kuwait? I think it's perfect. I love this for you. As I said, you can get away with some things some of the time, but not everything all of the time. It seems that's the case right now. You're on the hot seat, and there's no way out. There's no way out of this. And you accuse FFG of stealing your cat. There's no thievery here. You gave the cat away. There's even a dated recorded video of you giving the cat away and then posting an update picture on your community post saying she's in a good home and she's happy. So you were happy to give her away. And she's in a better place. And she's being taken care of, and she's being given medical care that you don't have to pay for, that you were not going to pay for. Now, if you were a real pet parent, wouldn't that be everything you asked for and more? She's in a good home. She's being taken care of. Her neglect is being dealt with. If you were a real pet parent, if you cared, that would make you very happy. But no, you're angry because you know what you did. You know the hurt that you've caused that cat, and you're angry because it's getting exposed. And like I said, I love that for you because you deserve all of it. I know you like to drink soda. So let me recommend a new drink for you. It's called Karma Cola. Drink it. Drink it by the case. Don't stop drinking it. Let's go. Well, say something.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to cry. So, in my hijab, I know it's really messy. Yeah, he's the one who told me about that. I was getting ready, actually. Um, to pray, and then Salah told me that FFG has your cat. And I'd like to know exactly karma for what? For what? For what? For defending myself against the constant harassment from this evil witch in Montreal? What did I do to this horrible person, miserable person?
And once again, Foodie is trying to paint herself the victim, trying to say that FFG is in the wrong, that she's the victim, that she's being harassed, she's being bullied. She's turning the conversation into me, what about me? I'm the one that's been wronged here. I'm the one that's most in pain. No, your cat is the one that's most in pain. 5 claws growing up under her foot pads. Can you imagine, Foodie, the agony? Can you imagine, say, your toenails growing so long they curve up under your feet and trying to walk that way day after day after day after day? It's excruciating, I'm sure. But of course, you're going to try to switch it around and deflect. What about me? I'm in pain. Shut up.
For her to harass me like this. So you know what? You won, okay?
And you know what? You know what? You made a point to neglect your cat to the point where FFG is probably going to have to pay thousands of dollars to fix some of the damage that you've done because you were neglectful. You're not going to pitch in any money to fix the damage, although you should, because you did it. You did that damage. You were neglectful. You should be grateful that a person cares that much about an animal that they're going to try to make the wrong right. But no, you don't see it that way. All you're thinking about is the humiliation, the exposure. It's all about you.
You have BBJ, good for you. You can tell the world that her nails grew too long, even though I have receipts telling Amy, who was supposed to have the cat, that her nails were long, and I have receipts.
Ma'am, don't you dare. Don't you try to minimize this. I'm not going to let you out of that corner, no matter what you say. The nails growing long is the nails growing long. The nails growing so long that they curve up under her feet to the point where they puncture the skin is a whole different matter. And I'm sorry if people in my audience get upset with me saying that, but that's what was going on. That's just pure neglect. It's normal for a pet's nails to grow a bit long. That happens. But to let them grow that long for that length of time, straight up cruel, straight up neglect, straight up. And what happened to you taking BBJ to the vet when you got home? You've been home for what, 3 weeks? You're about ready to fly out again to Kuwait. You have plenty of time to make a vet visit. You could have called the groomers. They could have clipped the nails, some of them. Although from what Frenchie said, should have taken her to a vet to have it done professionally, but still, you could have gotten those nails taken care of weeks ago. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Because it wasn't on your mind. All you were thinking about was Sala and calling your babe at 6 o'clock in the morning, calling him 20 times a day. If you had taken a break from calling 200 times a day and taken your cat to the vet, she might be in better shape right now.
That I acknowledge that, and I have receipts that I offered to take her to the vet.
Why do you have to offer? Why didn't you just do it? You know, I remember all the way back when people were begging you to take the cat to the vet. There were even viewers that gave you money so that the visit would be pretty much free. Did you? No. People offered up suggestions. Hey, if you don't want to take her to a static location, call a mobile groomers, call a mobile vet, see what they can do. Did you do that? No. 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 Because you were being cheap, because you didn't want to shell out money on your pets. You wanted to save it for yourself for your impulse buys, outhouse and otherwise.
Today. Yeah. So you have BBJ, don't kill her like you killed your 2 dogs. It's insane that people are willing to suck your ass, but go against me when you euthanized your 2 dogs and one of them for anxiety. So,
you know, you really shouldn't be speaking to another pet parent about their pet care, considering how you've never taken care of your cats. You've never even tried. As I said earlier, someone who brags about making 10, 20K a month, your cats shouldn't have wanted for anything. Nothing. How dare you call yourself a celebrity and brag about, I've got so much money. Remember that, Foodie, in Cuba? I've got so much money. I make so much money. But you can't buy $50 worth of cat food to last a month. You really can't do that. You can't buy a huge bag of dry cat food, 2 cases of wet cat food, so that they always get fed. They were over there fighting over food because you were being so stingy. You made sure to feed yourself pretty well. That's apparent. But it was stingy when it came to your cats. You should be ashamed of yourself.
anyway, none of you are too bright. So, good for you. Good for you. I have nothing else to say. I have no words. I'm not, at the end of the day, yeah, she's rehomed. I don't know. This person is sick. I don't know what she might do. Like, the fact that she's psychotic enough to go to these lengths and you're not worried about BBJ's well-being and her care, the fact that you think I mistreated BBJ is...
You did. You did. You did mistreat her. You did. The lack of food, the lack of care, what is that if not mistreatment? What is that, Foodie? You didn't provide a clean environment for those cats. Pete's told us about the litter boxes not being changed for 3 months. What exactly did you do right by those cats for the last couple of years? No clean home, no clean environment, no peaceful environment. Cats are very sensitive to environment. Did you know that? I mean, pets generally are, but cats don't like loud noises, and you and Pete are always shrieking and raging in that house. You doing your chemicals in the house, you have to breathe that in, garbage everywhere, fruit flies. Nothing was clean. We saw that shot in your room where BBJ's food is all over the floor, cat poop on the floor. Do I have to keep going? This is the home that you provide for your pets? I know that you don't mind a mess because you are human and you have the option to leave the house. They don't. Their world is the world that you provide, and the world that you provided sucked.
Bullshit. I've had her since 2017, and in my videos, there's compilations of me how I treat my effing cat. She was my everything. So shut up about that. It's BS.
She was your everything, and then your obsession with men took over. The pet's care started to go downhill when you got with Natter. Seriously, that's when it all started. Because you don't have a real sense of identity. You take on the identity, the likes and the dislikes of whoever you're with. You become them as much as possible so you will be accepted by them. If whoever you're with, they like animals, and suddenly you like animals. If they don't like animals, then you don't like animals either. And you were wrapped around Natter pretty freaking tightly. And he didn't like BBJ, so you didn't like BBJ. He mistreated her and you continue to see him. You were all about the men then. You were happy to use those cats and exploit them for views and, oh, look, I'm such a caring pet parent, to draw in more of an audience. But then when you started to go for the men, you neglected your pets. You pushed them to the background because you thought, oh, I can get a little bit of attention with my cats, but I can get a lot more with the drama with the men in my life, so they're no longer important. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And you didn't even have the heart to rehome them then when you should have.
And you know it. Let me fix my freaking hijab. I'm going to freak out. So, this is her and succeeding, sadly, at causing outrage, false outrage, at the very least, exaggerated outrage over.
No. See, you like to say that a lot. You like to say false outrage, fake outrage. Chantal, I know that you have a hard time feeling any emotion besides anger. But those of us that are not you, we feel other emotions too. We feel sadness. We feel happiness. We feel joy. And we feel rage. And we get angry when we see someone like yourself purposely neglecting their cats for no reason. Like I said, you have no excuse. There's nothing you could say to justify what you've done. And you know what you did. You know what you did. You know what you've been doing. And that's why you're shook up. Because you know deep down how bad it is. And you're scared to death of it being exposed. Look beneath the surface. It's not about French fry girl having possession of your cat. That's not is what's making you the most upset. It's the fact that you know what you did. You know how guilty you are. And you're shook up. Because you thought you could just do whatever you wanted and never get caught. Well, like I said, sometimes you can get away with stuff, but other times you can't. And it looks like this is one of those things where you will not get away with being hurtful.
Something that's not even true. Basically, there's nothing the cops can do. I would have to go after her civilly for harassment. And I'm just trying. I told Sala, I'm just trying to move on and be a better person. Anyway, so I was about to pray.
In my opinion, Chantal, What you should do is take off the hijab, take off the abaya, and stop with the nonsense. I think you as a person, your behavior, there's lots of wonderful Muslim people, and you're not truly of the Muslim faith. You keep making up your own rules as you go. How could you be in Kuwait and take your shahada, swearing to be a better person, and come home and be home for 3 weeks and leave your cats in pain for that long and do nothing?
And then Sala told me, I was like, what? This person, Amy Flowers or whatever, reached out to me on Instagram and insisted, like was very insistent on taking BBJ. She was sick, she's bedbound, she could take care of an elderly cat, blah, 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 blah. By the way, I just missed, I have no, like I said, I have no words. I have no words anymore. I never imagined people would be this sick.
So, question, Foodie. You've been trying to spin this narrative of I'm a great pet parent. I care so much about my pets. I want them to go to the best homes. Yet here's this person who reaches out to you on Instagram saying that they are bedbound and they want to take care of your cats. I'm glad that you took the offer. I'm really glad, considering the outcome. But you're over there trying to spin this narrative of I'm trying to find the best pet parent for my cat for the best care. And you want to pick someone that was bedbound? It sounds to me like you were just wanting to dump the cat on anyone who wanted it. Well, thank goodness the cat ended up in really good hands with somebody who does care about animals and can provide all of the medical care that you didn't want to. Let's be honest. You weren't thinking about the cats. You didn't care about their care. You just wanted to get rid of them as quickly as possible so you can get your jealous, insecure butt back to Kuwait so you can sit next to Salah and control him. That's really what it boils down to. You were so hyper-focused on sitting next to Salah and making sure he wasn't talking to or looking at other women that anything and everything else just doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Well, if you're a pet parent and you wanted your pet to go to a caring pet parent who can provide all their care, you got your wish. It happened. You may not like the person. You may not approve of the person. You may have a hatred for them, but all of the needs will be met. The love will be there. The care will be there. The medical care will be there. If you were a decent pet parent, that should satisfy you. That should satisfy you. I'm glad that BBJ ended up where she did. I'm sure a lot of people are relieved now, knowing that she's going to be okay. You're just angry because you can't control the narrative anymore for BBJ. You can't lie. You can't make up lies as you go. That's when you get the most angry, when you lose control of the narrative. When things happen off script that you can't control, when the narrative is out of your control, that's when you really rage. Because you're a control freak. You got to control everything. You got to make sure nobody says or does anything that doesn't get your approval first. Well, crap happens, doesn't it?
Angela, are you serious? Just be happy she's being taken care of. You're missing the point, I think, a little bit. Are you actually defending this? Okay, goodbye, God's gift. See you. Anyone else don't think this is okay and not demented to the max? Listen, how
Okay, now I'm gonna pop off on somebody. So Saul is in the chat saying, "Look at her dirty way to send that girl to Chantal and pretend that she will take care of BBJ, then give her to FFG, the vile." Sala, you need to sit all the way down, sir. You need to have a whole stadium full of seats. Let's go over your comment. Look at her dirty way to send that girl to Chantal and pretend that she will take care of BBJ. There's no pretending here. BBJ's already been to the vet. That's round 1. There's round 2 coming up. So there's no pretending here. There's no fakery. The care is real, sir. And as far as referring to the dirty way, Sala, sir, let's talk about your dirty way. You want to get to Canada. You want to be successful, and you're going through Chantal. You're not making your own way, sir. You hooked up with this vile beast to make your way, using her as a stepping stone. Not that she doesn't deserve it, she does. For all the vile things that she's done and said, she deserves this. This is part of her karma. But you want to talk about somebody else being dirty when you're over there pretending to love somebody just to get money out of them, just to make your way to Canada? Be careful, Sala. Be careful. Talking about other people's dirty ways. Look at what you're doing for money.
How is it not wrong? Somebody else messaged me. FFG has bullied me? You don't get it. You don't fucking get it. Do you see that I have fucking skin? I have a heart. I have a fucking face.
You don't have a heart. No, nope, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe there's a gaping, empty hole in your chest where your heart should be. To feel something, you would have to have a heart. You don't have one. You don't feel any emotion except anger. To the point where you don't even know how to cry right. You got to force tears out. You don't feel sadness or remorse or regret for anyone but yourself.
Face. I'm a human being. I have feelings.
Well, that's debatable.
Okay. So being bullied by the same witch for 2 years at least, being stalked and harassed, everything I do is shit on by her. You think I want to give my cat and my cat anything to do with that? Really? And then demanding to have my cat inserting herself in my life? Really? Really? About BBJ's paws, again, I offered to take her. I was in Kuwait. Whenever Pete showed me her claws on video, I did ask to see them.
No, you didn't. You're such a big liar. You were such a big liar. I'm sure you never did. Pete was on his live and she was limping down the stairs, and you could have made one phone call, Foodie, one, and had that taken care of. You could have called your family and said, "Hey, I'm going to send you some money. Can you please take her to the vet?" No, you didn't. There's a lot of things you did not do. And with her state of neglect, you didn't do them for the longest. Too busy stuffing your face full of nashies and paneer and whatever else that you could get into your mouth. You could have used some of that money to take care of your cats.
They looked normal to me. Okay? They looked like, okay, they can wait till I get home. So, and call the vet yourself, whenever it's a cat that's elderly, their nails grow very, very long, very fast, because Sam's nails were fine. They were fine.
You know what, Chantal? I'm sure she's been an older cat for a while, and you as her owner, if you know that her nails grow longer, faster, and maybe she can't claw at something to wear them down, you know what that means? That means you should pay extra attention to that so that things don't get that bad for a cat's claws to get that way, that is months and months of neglect. You didn't take her to the vet before you left. You didn't take her to the vet after you got home.
Animal control came, said she was fine. This is harassment, even causing all this outrage.
Animal control are not vets. They cannot do a full checkup. They cannot do blood work. They can only do so much.
Over my own pets. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't even know what to say. Like, I find it, I don't even know. Like, I'm so disappointed that so many people don't see anything.
You know, all of this is just behavior of a cornered animal. She's a cornered animal right now. She's been caught in her web of lies, and she's trying to find a way out. She's trying to find a way out. So let's see. I'm going to pull out the victim card. I'm going to pull out the victim card and say that I've been bullied and she's harassing me and it's all her fault and everybody feels sorry for me. Not buying it. Really not buying it.
Wrong with stalking and harassing. Doing this, I don't know.
Right. So Ariana says your cat has a heart and feelings too. Correct. Chantal, she looks at animals as just not being important because they're not human. But animals are living beings and they have feelings too.
Yeah, go after her legally. Do you like what? I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't even like, I just want to live my life and be happy. Why do I have to deal with her shit? Exactly. I insisted. For crying out loud. Can you see my hair, guys? I don't. Yeah, exactly. People following you around and everything.
And Daniel says, this isn't about you. BBJ will be very loved. Be grateful for that. Yeah. If you're a caring pet parent and you have to rehome your pet, whether you like the person or not is irrelevant. You got to put that aside. If you don't like the person, you don't like the person. That's between you and that person. You got to stop and think, even if I have a personal hatred for that person, are they going to be a good pet parent? Are they going to feed them and love them and give them care? That's the most important thing. And there are some people in my comments saying that Chantal did the right thing. She rehomed the cats. The problem is not her rehoming the cats. No, that's not the important issue. The important issue is all the neglect that happened before that happened. Just because she rehomed the cats, because she didn't want to go to the vet and have the pets put down, knowing what that would do to her channel. You know, she tried to save herself by rehoming them. Rehoming a pet does not excuse all the neglect that happened before that moment. And anybody who's watched her live streams, we've seen how neglectful she is. Between the lack of food, the dirty environment, not being there, talking down to BBJ. I mean, that's not a healthy environment for an animal. So it's not the rehoming that's the problem. It's all the neglect that happened for the longest time before that happened. Just because she's rehoming them doesn't mean she's excused from any of that.
Thing else. Like, I don't know. I don't want anything to do with it. So you know what? You have my cat. You've exposed me for being a horrible human cat owner being. Whatever you want to think of me, leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Leave me alone. Seriously. Exactly. You're exploiting my cat. You're exploiting my cat for gains.
Really? You think so? You think she's exploiting your cat for gains? Can I remind you, Chantal, that all the neglect you've put on that cat is probably going to take thousands of dollars to fix? Like the vet bills are probably going to be enormous. Enormous. Just having the nails taken care of, I'm sure, was not cheap. And then, of course, there's going to be the blood work and the checkup and everything else. Vet bills can be quite expensive. I'm sure that's part of the reason why you never took her. That and the fact that you're a neglectful witch. You didn't want to spend the money on your cat. You wanted to spend it on yourself. Spending money on your cat would give you no personal instant gratification. And you're all about that instant gratification. If you're not getting it, then you're not going to bother with it. You'll spend the money on things, on outhouse visits. You'll spend it on natter. You'll spend it on clothes. You'll spend it on food. You'll spend it on whatever guy you want the attention of, but you won't spend it on your own cats.
You've gone really, really far. You're disgusting. I don't know how people, I don't get it. Like, you guys are so desperate for drama. She better, yeah, she'll put her down just like the two dogs. Yeah. When she has.
Melanie says, you're a sociopath. Love this for you. I love it too. The liar has been caught. The liar has been exposed. She honestly thought she could just do whatever she wanted and never get caught. She has been caught. And there's no way out. There's no way out. No excuse, no amount of tears, no amount of crying is going to get her out of this.
Has no more use for the drama, right? Just like she'll do with Shannon. Fucking, I don't know. So you know what? I have prioritized BBJ. Give me a break. Give me a break because I choose to rehome my pets. I'm a bad pet owner. That is so ridiculous. You know it. Yeah. Yeah. These people like.
And here's a funny thing. So when Frenchie reached out to Foodie, she offered, I believe it was $3,000 or $4,000 for the cat. And she even offered to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, along with giving her the money. Foodie turned her down. But now Foodie has given the cat to the sister-in-law or brother-in-law. She didn't have to pay $3,000 or $4,000 for BBJ. And she didn't sign an NDA, so she can say whatever she wants now. Foodie, you're an idiot.
Like, I'm just, you know what? Okay, yeah, see. These kind of people, these people are hateful. They're disgusting. There's nothing I can do.
No, we're not hateful. You're hateful. Neglecting a pet is hateful. Case closed.
And I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to make this a thing. I'm not going to let the drama fucking get to me. No, I'm not getting involved in it.
Too late. It's already gotten to you. It's in your head. It's in your head. You know you're shook up right now. I'm looking you dead in the eye. You're shook up. You are flustered. You're angry. You're like, how do I get out of this mess? Well, don't make the mess. You won't have to worry about getting out of it.
At all. You know what? Good for you. I hope you take care of her. You're a piece of crap human. Like, you are legit deranged. And I'm sure someday you will pay for everything you've done.
Same. You're one to talk. Karma hasn't even gotten started with you. Oh, it's just getting warmed up. See, I've been saying to everybody over here on my channel, everybody's been impatient to see karma go to work on you. They've been waiting for the knockout punch. And I've been saying over here, I've been watching karma work behind the scenes a little bit, doing subtle things. Things such as your views going down and interest disappearing. Those are subtle things that karma's been up to. But sometimes karma will wait to do anything major until anything that is innocent and good is out of harm's way. And the only innocent and good that was part of the Chantal story was Sam and BBJ. So isn't it funny that Sam is in another home? He's happy, he's well cared for. I was disturbed to hear that Sam's fur was so full of dander that the new owner had to shave all of him to fix it. So he was suffering from a little bit of neglect himself. And BBJ is now in a good home. People that love her. She's eating well, thank goodness. Being taken care of. Sam is in a better place. BBJ is in a better place. And now all of your neglect is being exposed. Karma was waiting. Everybody's been waiting for her to show up. She's here, y'all. She's here. She's here. There's nothing protecting Chantal now. And I'm just going to sit back and watch. Just watch. I'm going to get my popcorn and I'm going to watch. I know a lot of people on my channel have left me comments and said, you know what? I was just watching for BBJ and Sam. And now that I know they're okay, I've lost interest. And I understand. If that's all you were around for, I get it. Chantal's toxic. Her content is boring. I totally understand. But I'm sticking around with Chantal because I want to see what happens. I want to see Karma go to work on this one. And those of us that have seen her toxic nonsense behavior, we deserve to see Karma go to work on her. To see her learn some life lessons the hard way, because that's the only way she's going to learn is the hard way. She doesn't take hints too easily. So I'm going to grab my popcorn and watch this go down.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm legit over this community. Y'all are disgusting mess. You use people in their own private life decisions to try to make money. You degrade her for doing things to herself. Yeah. And you know I'm not a bad fucking pet owner.
Yes, you are.
It's ridiculous. You fucking idiots. It's beyond disgusting.
Not a bad pet owner, huh? Explain then. Explain Pete's getting on live and saying that BBJ and Sam didn't have any more food. Explain that. Explain Pete's getting on live and saying BBJ is out of food, and a viewer actually sent food to the house so she could eat. Miss $10,000 a month from YouTube, Miss Big Celebrity. Your cat's running out of food. But you're not a bad pet owner, right? Please.
It's beyond disgusting. Yeah, Black Zillion, I mean, I'm with you 100. Like, I'm crying because I'm so tired. I'm just done. Like, I surrender. If you want to fucking have one up on me, go for it. You win. Ding, ding, ding. FFG's the winner. Use that in your fucking intro. Go.
Actually, you know what? If we're going to be honest, the true winner is BBJ. I mean, really, that's the thing that matters most. Forget the back and forth between two people. The fact that BBJ has a great owner that loves her, takes care of her, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. If only, Chantal, you had done what you should have done, and taken care of your cats and cared about them as much as you did for yourself. If only you had fed the cats, if only you had provided a clean home, if only you provided the medical care and brushed them every day and made sure they went to the groomers, none of this would be happening. If they had been in great condition when you rehomed them, nobody would say a word. Oh, they might have something to say about you're leaving your cats behind for a guy, but if they were in great shape, would anybody be saying anything? No, not as much. People are stressed out and they're ticked off because you are a neglectful person. You neglect yourself, but you neglected your pets even worse. You're selfish, you're self-centered, you're evil. There's no other way to describe you. You're evil. Anybody who lives in a house getting the money that you do, and you're purposely running out of food, leaving without food for your pets, not changing the litter box for 3 months, having the cats run around with fruit flies and garbage. Evil. Do you hear me? Evil.
For it. You win. All I care about right now is my relationship with God, my relationship with my husband, and getting the fuck out of here and living my life and making my own content as usual and trying to ignore you as usual. Good luck in your life. I will pray for you.
Here we go. Jelly Bell says FFG was wrong, but how could you let BBJ be like that? That takes months to grow into your skin. Twice, dude. Like they misspelled that. Yeah, exactly. It takes months for the nails to grow up under her foot pads. That was months of neglect. Months. And she's been home for almost 3 weeks. Didn't do a vet visit as soon as she came home. So she claims that Pete showed her the nails when she was in Kuwait. So if she knew in Kuwait the nails were a bit long when she got home, why didn't she schedule a visit right then and there? Why not get that taken care of? She wasn't going to. It's just like Chantal with her moving. Rather than move stuff out, she's trying to do like an open house to get people to move stuff out for her. Same thing with the pets. Oh, I'm not going to take care of their pet care. I'm just going to dump the cats on other people and then they can deal with it. Lazy and thoughtless.
Alhamdulillah. God is good. That's all I have to say. That's it. Book is closed.
God is good, but unfortunately, you're not.
Have fun. Have fun. I'm not talking about it anymore. So, how are you guys? Oh, well, Mimi, maybe you guys can contact the law if you want to, because I contacted the law and they just said, I mean...
Oh, please. What would you say to law enforcement? Hello, officer. Yes, I'm a neglectful pet owner, and I'm mad at this person because I gave my pet away for free, and she's now taking care of my pet and giving it medical care even after I neglected it for months on end. Is that what you're going to say? Really? You think you have a case about that?
They act like they don't give a shit, basically. I'm sorry, guys. I'll give you a B's when I'm in a better mood. Hurry, B's. So, you literally call the cops and say things like, I'm just like mentally exhausted.
Oh, please.
This all has never been a battle that...
The super chat says BBJ is better off. Don't get any more pets. I second that thought. Please, no pets, Chantal. No cats, no dogs, no lizards, no mice, no rodents, no hamsters, nothing. Nothing needs to depend on you. Nothing at all. No pets.
I felt like I never consented to. Like I never agreed to fight. Like I don't even know what the fuck I did. Like being a lol cow. So that means that you have to do things like this in people's lives. Like what the hell? No, I never consented to that. So I'm just like, I'm over it. You know what? Good for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. It's people like this, mukbang a shotgun. These are things that people like FFG say. Like, it's ridiculous. I do it to myself. How? What have I done? What? Sang pumped up kicks? What can you throw in my face? Go. Seriously, that I've deserved this kind of treatment for 2 effing years. You have to be kidding me. Yeah. I have never...
You do deserve this, though. For denying your pets food and medical care and a clean environment, you do deserve this. You do deserve it. You do. especially with your audience, with YouTube, grifting everybody for money, scamming everybody for money, people literally giving you money for vet visits, so any vet visits would be free. One viewer, I believe it was, I can't remember the name, she gave you what, $200 to take BBJ to the vet. And you, in all your arrogance, said, well, it's my money now, I can do what I want. Imagine that. Your viewers being so concerned for your pets that they're willing to fork out their hard-earned money to do what you as a pet parent should do, just to make sure that it gets done. And you didn't even do it then.
For people in my chat never tell people to mukbang a shotgun. So you know what? Let's just FFFG. If you're a supporter of any of this trauma, if you can't see that it's been taken way too far, I'm gonna put FFG stream on and react. This is entertainment to you guys. I have to remember that. You guys are insane. Do you not see how this is affecting real people's feelings? Like,
see, it's all about me, 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 me. She's trying to turn it back around. Feel sorry for me. Feel sympathy for me. I don't. I don't see your nails growing up under your feet and then having to walk like that for months. Sorry. Sorry. You can walk just fine. BBJ, not so much. Now she can because of her visit. But you're trying to seem like you're the one most in pain. You're not. You're not. All of your pain is self-inflicted. BBJ had no choice. She was relying on you to take care of her. You didn't.
This is real life. Like, really. Really. It's ridiculous. So, oh yeah, pure evil. There you go. If you want to think I'm evil, good. Whatever. 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 It's ridiculous at this point. It's so ridiculous. It's not funny. Well, it is. It's entertainment for you guys. Go react to her. React to her. No, I'm not. I'm not. You know what? You can steal my cat. You can try to kill me.
You know, you think she's angry now? Wait. So there's going to be another vet visit next week. Just wait. I know that Chantal mentioned over a year ago, the vet said in a recorded phone call that BBJ has oral issues. What they are, I do not know. But we're going to get the full detail of everything that's wrong with BBJ. So you think she's mad now? Wait, it's only going to get worse when all of it comes out. Finally, when it all comes out. That's what's making her so angry. She knows there's more to come. She knows what's wrong with BBJ. She's scared to death of all of it being revealed. The overgrown claws, that's just the beginning. I'm pretty sure she knows some of the things wrong with BBJ, and she's scared those things being revealed.
You know what? If you try to kill me, I'm not going to tell anybody about it. Because what really, 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 really fucking makes you wet is the attention I give you. The attention you get from anything in my life. The attention you get. That's what it makes you horny. Is the attention you get from she's mad. That's on you. All I'm gonna say to end this is may God have mercy on your soul.
He won't have mercy on yours.
May God have mercy on your soul, because really, you really don't have one. So
Cold Cut says you wanted to euthanize her. There's that. Right. She made so many comments about that. And can I just say something to that? That's emotional manipulation of her audience, of the reaction channel audience. That is emotional manipulation. She is sadistic, this one. She's very sadistic. knowing that there are people in her audience, in the reaction channel audience, knowing how many people there are that are animal lovers, pet parents, knowing that there are people in her audience and the audience over here that are, they're fond of BBJ and Sam. They care about them. People that are worried for the pets, seeing the conditions that they lived in, the lack of food, been stressed out for the longest. And she flippantly talking about euthanasia and joking about it, making morbid jokes about it, and basically fishing with her audience. Well, what do you guys think if I did this with the pets? She was fishing. She was doing emotional manipulation, knowing that people are going to get concerned and oh my goodness, I got to tune in the next time to find out what happens to them. Did she finally do it? Did she not do it? Did she rehome the pets? Emotional manipulation. Keeping people deliberately on edge so that they tune in for yet another live stream. Reeling in the audience, trapping them in a net of concern. You know, dragging it out on purpose so that people keep tuning in again and again and again and again and again. Because this is what Chantal's channel is. It's not about positive content. It's about drama and shock and views. That's how she makes her money. And everybody's been tuning in just for those cats, wondering what's going to happen to them. Are they okay? And she purposely uses that to keep people tuning in. Can't do that no more, though. They're both in better places, thank goodness.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Seriously. It was overblown. Everything I do is overblown. And that's what causes these idiots.
It's amazing to me. When she was passing off BBJ to another home, she never cried. When she gave away Sam, y'all remember what happened that night? She basically threw herself a pizza party. Imagine that. You're giving away your cat and you're throwing yourself a little pizza party. You're celebrating. That video that she did, she was practically happy and celebrating. Yet here she is squeezing out one single tear. And not for the cat, it's for herself. She's angry.
It's to cause psychotic uproars and friggin' mob mentality and everything else. And I'm deleting every single troll. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, there goes half your audience.
Stopwhat.com. I don't know how you guys are telling me to calm down. Like, would you be calm? I don't know. Like, I don't even know if you can get a restraining order. Like, there doesn't seem to be legally anything you can do. They just have to wait for you to kill yourself just like everyone else.
Oh, she's S-baiting right here. She's trying to apply that. Again, trying to get sympathy from people. Feel sorry for me. Stop it, Chantal. Stop using that language.
Like, it's just ridiculous. So you know what? That's not going to happen. I'm moving on. I'm not letting... I can't believe the fucking false outrage. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's not false. Everybody finding out what happened to BBJ, that wasn't false. That anger is very much real. But of course you wouldn't understand because the only anger you can understand is your own. Yeah, restraining order is necessary. I had a 21-year-old dog, and if my nemesis got her hands on her, I would be livid. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my feelings are totally not valid. Nothing, everything I do is like whatever. I'm not, that's what the thing. I don't want to entertain this mentality. I don't want to, but it's like, it's what the fuck does someone do in this case? Like, how do you protect yourself? You know?
Shut your mouth, Chantal. Look, all you care about is going to Kuwait and being with Salah. Go be with Salah now. Pizza's going to be out of the picture. The cats are out of the picture. All you cared about is sitting next to Salah to where he can't go game and he can't talk to other women. Go do that. Go. Go be with that man. Go sit next to him. Act like a prison warden like you want to. You wanted to be free of things you consider burdens. You're free now. Go. Just go. You can't use the cats as deflection anymore. You don't have to worry about their care anymore. Just go. Get out of Canada.
Yeah, I know, Black Zillion, like seriously. But you know what? I don't want to break my character, no matter what.
Interesting choice of words. I don't want to break my character. Interesting way she put that. Because Chantal has always said that she always wanted her own reality show. But she didn't like regular reality shows because they didn't pay enough. So she made her own version on YouTube. And I've always said that part of Chantal's problem is that she created this character, Foodie Beauty. And she's always in character. She's never out of character. She put all of her self worth and importance in the character and nothing in the person. Hence why the person's real life is such a mess. And she's running from the person, Chantal Marie's real life, and all the problems in it. You're always in character. You never get out of character. That's unhealthy. That's why your life is a mess, because you don't know when it's time to get off stage and be a person and take care of real person things. To have that balance. As part of the reason why your cats were neglected, because those are things associated with and connected to Chantal Marie, who has no importance. You gave her no importance. You gave her no worth. You put it all into the character, Foodie Beauty. So you want to have your face in the camera all the time, and you can't stand it. When things connected to Chantal Marie collide with the character, Foodie Beauty. When things go off script because of that. So your cats are a real life thing. And your character is a made up thing for YouTube. And the two worlds are colliding. You don't like that. Well, should have taken care of things before they got to this point.
I don't want to. Thank you, Chantal Stan. Yeah. Rhonda, if you want to go legal with her, I'll send you money. I never wanted, like.
Grim says, poor BBJ was crying in pain. Selfish. Yeah, she was. I'm sure the procedure to fix her nails was not painless.
Like I said, I never wanted to do any of this shit. I just want.
And you know what's really making me ticked off? Can I tell y'all what's making me ticked off? This one, remember when Salah had his ingrown toenail? She was fawning all over Salah for an ingrown toenail. But her own cat, who had 5 nails growing up under its foot pads, didn't care. Didn't care.
To make. I just want a bees. That's it. You know, I don't think that I deserve this shit. Just like, yeah, you're right. They did that. That's so dirty for someone to do that. They're just, everything about it is dirty. Reaching out to me saying they want to take BBJ. I checked her nails. They were really bad. And I said, okay, I'm going to take her to the vet. Her appointment is for the vet to do her nails as well.
You were home for 3 weeks. You could have taken her to the vet anytime. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? You've known for 3 weeks that you were going to fly back out to Kuwait. Why did you wait so long? Knowing that her nails were long, why didn't you take care of it sooner?
And then they just ignored it. Like, they just didn't say yes or no. They just ignored it and said, okay, my brother's going to come get the cat. And they were saying that they were going to take care of the vet and everything. I'm okay, baby. Sue her, yeah. I have to do something. I don't know what yet. It's honestly just so overwhelming.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, Black's chaos. Thank you, life is beautiful.
Who cries like this? Staring straight at the camera with this look of, are they watching me? Do they see the tear rolling down my face? No, if you're really broken up, you're not caring about a camera. You're not, but she is. Like, oh, I'm crying. I better show it to the camera, make sure they see it. Give me a break.
Yes, thank you, sweetie. Anyway. No, I don't think she was a VIP. Yeah, so I did offer to take her to the vet because I did see that her nails got bad. So, which the vet told me, I said, well, how come my one cat's nails don't grow like that? She said, elderly cats, their nails grow very quick because they don't scratch. So, yeah. So, yeah. They didn't want that. They didn't want, so, and then they came and got her, and, that's it. Goodbye, hot box, Donna.
Look how quickly those tears dry up.
No, I didn't abuse my cat. Screaming in pain. I told you guys that BBJ, I was so afraid to always cut her nails myself because she would always freak out and scream, even for no reason. She was like, she doesn't like it. But yes, it's painful, obviously, if they grow into the pads. But
then you know what? You know what you do? You call a mobile groomer. Pick up the doggone phone and make a phone call. You're on your phone all day long. You can't make a phone call. You can't talk to some people. You can't say how much do you charge to clip my pet's nails? When can you get here? You can't do none of that. Even if your cat is scared of going in her carriage to the vet, there are mobile vets, there are mobile groomers. No excuse, Chantal. None.
like, I offered to pay for it. I offered to take her.
You're a liar. You're a liar, ma'am. You're over there so lacking in money, you're trying to sell your car. Couldn't sell the car because you didn't outright own it. Stop it. Stop with the lies.
They shouldn't get that bad, but like, I wasn't here, and whenever he videoed me, they looked okay. And Pete's is not the best mentally either to deal with it. He's probably not the best pet owner. Like,
yeah, and that was the person you trusted to take care of your pets while you were away for 3 months, knowing how sorry of a caretaker he is. This person who said the litter boxes haven't been changed for 3 months, dumping fresh litter on top of old litter. This one who's not really good about feeding the cats or caring for them. This one who 2 days those babies didn't have wet food. It took him 2 days to finally say to his audience, there's no wet food here. There's no food. 2 days. 2. And then somebody sent food. Thank goodness. Thank you to whoever did that. That was amazing. Neither one of you should own pets. Neither one of you. You didn't leave your pets with Pete because he was a good caretaker of pets. No. You did it because you want to go run off to Kuwait and he was the only one there.
You know, he's fine, whatever. I'm not going to say he's a bad pet owner, too bad. Oh, shut up.
You know, I still remember when Timbit was around and he gave us a tour of that bedroom. That bedroom was filthy. Timbit was living in a filthy environment, and Pete didn't even have Timbit's food in a bowl. Timbit's food was scattered on a piece of cardboard. So tell me again what a great pet owner Pete was.
Goodbye. You're not going to get any more drama from me. Sorry. So, you are the best pet owner. 20 years you loved BBJ and you take care of her. These idiots don't.
Sala, who are you to say this? Sala over here saying you are the best pet owner 20 years. Sala, you haven't even been around that long, sir. How do you know what kind of an owner she is? Like you care. You're just around for a paycheck.
Don't have a heart or brain to feel or think about it. You're the best, baby, not like that vile dog killer. Thank you, baby. You're right, yeah. Goodbye, VI peasant. I'm done with you too. Anyone who's defending this behavior can go. I don't care. If you're okay with it, let me know now. I want to block you.
Look, I'm not one to tell people what to do and where to go on YouTube. But anybody who's a VIB, I understand that there are those of you in the chat, you like to just talk to each other, and that's the way that you do it. You like to talk to other VIBzers. Maybe that's why you're in there. And there are those of you that are trolls. And that's why you got your membership. You're there to troll Chantal. But understand that, look, proof positive. She's a neglectful pet owner. So I ask you, as a person, do you want to support that? Do you want to give any support to that? I will leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you. But I'd be thinking twice about that.
I'm done with the drama. So anybody who supports that, I just don't want them in my bubble. You know, because I do use my live streams and my community as...
I don't want those in my bubble. Well, it seems like your bubbles is popping. I'm here for it.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm okay.
Time for that bubble to get popped.
Yeah, Sala's right.
I think her little hug box and her channel, it's given her an overinflated sense of toxic confidence, of thinking she can do whatever she wants and say whatever she wants, and she can just get away with it. She can just tell whatever lies she wants. She's got a whole bunch of people that they're so eager to be her fans that she just gets away with a lot of things she shouldn't get away with. Her hug box, her channel, not suffering any consequences up until now, it's given her that overinflated sense of toxic confidence. My opinion.
Yep. It's okay, guys. No, people are cheering this on, Sweet Vintage Zoe, which makes me really understand now everything I've been learning in Islam. That people will disappoint you, but Allah never will. Allah never will.
Oh, really? Wait till he gets about 10, 20 grand in his bank account. Do you know about that, Chantal? That if Salah gets about either 10K or 20K in his bank account, he can sponsor himself and go travel? That might be the plan with him. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying that could be a possibility.
It's completely psychotic at another level of harassment to do what she did.
So she's equaling harassment to taking on an animal that is being given away and taking it to the vet and spending money for its medical care. That's harassment now. Being humane and doing the right thing by an animal, that's harassment.
she's going to gaslight and say that's why she's going so hard on the nails. That's why they didn't want me to take her to the vet, because if I handed her over with clean nails, then they would have no trauma. So you're basically...
Let me remind you, Chantal, this nail situation, this is not the first time. The overgrown nails has happened before. You let it happen before. You let things get so bad that the nails grew up under her foot pads before. And it's happening a second time in a year. I'm sorry. No. Inexcusable.
using BBJ for content. You're exploiting her.
Oh, shut. I'm trying to control my mouth, y'all. I'm trying to control my mouth. Doggone it, YouTube, let me say what I want to say. This one, the nerve. She's exploiting my cat for content. She's exploiting my cat for views. Isn't that what you've been doing? Isn't that what you've done with your cats? Isn't that what you've done for the longest until you got bored of using them and you moved on to men for views and for super chats? Yeah. You were using them all the way up until Natter. Oh, look at me. I'm a caring pet mama. Oh, look at BBJ. Look at Sam. You were exploiting them until you got bored. Until you figured out that, oh, if I have a guy in the picture and talk about him and get drama with him, I'll make even more money. So let me just let go of my cats and neglect them and pour all of my energy into men that don't love me. All they have to do is fake love me, right, Chantal? What about the real love in your house that you did not care for? That wouldn't have taken even a fraction of the money that you spent on all these men that don't give a doggone. Yeah. You take care of your pets, it doesn't really cost that much. It costs a lot when you neglect them, and then the damage has to be fixed. How much does it really cost to get the nails clipped every month? How much does it cost to buy dry cat food, wet cat food? It doesn't cost that much. Not consider when you were spending like $2,000 or $3,000 a month on Natter, and you spent $9K on Sala. Wouldn't cost nearly that much, but you couldn't be bothered because you're all about you're man hungry.
Or like you exploited Shannon. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I'm not even going to encourage any of you to go and harass anybody. I just honestly just want to bees.
Yeah, because that's the thing that you do when you're angry and upset because somebody's exposing your neglect. Let's go bees, right? That's the answer to everything. Let's go bees. Let's go misbehave. Yeah, we know what that means. That's going to fix everything, right, Foodie?
I do. I just want to bees. No, if it's important for her to have that.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu right now with her crying and saying, I just want to bees. I'm getting flashbacks to that stream she did in her car driving home from Natter's, and she was crying over him for some reason and saying, I just want to bees. Like deja vu right now.
I won, and her audience to be like, yes, we won, we got her, we got Foodie Beauty, we stalked her, we broke her down, she's crying, she's miserable. No, I'm not miserable. I have a lot of love and peace in my heart. that no matter what you do to me, it's not going to change it. So I hope that BBJ's in good hands.
She is.
I think the whole thing was taken way too far.
Well, it had to go that way. It had to go that way. We knew what you were up to. You over there callously talking about putting her down. Something had to be done. Something was done. Thank goodness. She's happy. She's healthy. She's safe. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. Make sure she was all right. Make sure Sam was all right. You want to go run off and be with Saul and go live in a ditch? Do it. We don't care now. We don't care what happens to you. You are a person. You have your own free will. You can make your life any way you want, good, bad, or in between. But animals are innocent. You're supposed to be their guardian. And if you can't guard them, if you can't protect them, if you can't love them, if you can't take care of them, you don't need them. Now they're out of harm's way. You want to hurt yourself with food or whatever else? You want to go run off and be with Sala? Feel free. You have your own free will. But you and your toxic lifestyle are not going to affect those animals anymore.
If you want to hate me, if you want to think I'm a bad pet owner, even though I've had her for 20 years, and all my videos show how much I've loved her. Could I have been a better pet owner? Yeah. Yeah, I could have.
So why weren't you? Why weren't you? What reason can you give that you weren't better? When you had the money, you had the time, you had the opportunity. You can't say, oh, I worked all the time. I've got a work schedule. I couldn't take her to the vet. Working day and night. You can't say that. You can't say, I never had the money. You had plenty of money. What reason could you give that would make sense?
And that's why it was better for me to rehome, and that's what I wanted to do, but I at least wanted to take care of her nails. And now I realize, like, yeah, you got me. You win. And yeah, good for you. No, it's not best.
Nutrition says, and yes, she actually said this. You said you put BBJ in a wood chipper. Yeah, she made that little morbid joke. She said that about her own cat.
You don't get the point. I would have rehomed her with someone else. So that's it. I'm just gonna move on. $20 yeah, we've been through a lot together.
Well, the last couple of years, you put the cats through more than what they needed to be put through. Understand me? The last couple of years, especially, have been horrible. That nasty house, that nasty environment, the lack of caring, the lack of food, they didn't need all that. They didn't deserve all that. There's no reason for it.
She doesn't look happy in the pictures I've been sent. She looks not happy. So, that's it. So I'm just gonna keep praying and keep just trying to be better. Yeah, thanks, Tiffany. Lemon Z. Thanks. Welcome, Susan. Welcome, everyone new. My cat's the same age as you, Toriana. Crystal, thank you. And I'm just, it wasn't easy for me to.
Oh, please. You were celebrating. Every time you gave one of your cats away, you were practically celebrating. You were so happy because you looked at them as burdens. You didn't cry when you gave her to the other person. You didn't cry about Sam. You threw yourself a little pizza party.
To have to make that decision in the first place.
You didn't have to. You could have stayed in Canada, fixed all your problems, taken care of your pets. You're choosing to run off to Kuwait to be with Salah. You don't have to do that. You literally chose a man over your life in Canada and fixing it. You did that. And what Chantal's going through right now, I'll tell you guys the mental picture I keep getting for her. Picture, if you will, a casino. And somebody's sitting in a casino at one of the poker tables. They've been sitting there all night, gambling all their money away. And now they have a little bit of money left. And they're putting all of it on one number. Like they've gone full tilt. And they're almost belly up. They're almost bust. And every time they lose something, they know they're losing, but they just can't stop betting. That's Chantal. She's so desperate to be with Salah. Like that's the only thing that's of concern for her is she can lose everything, but she can't lose him. So she's willing to give everything else up if it means she gets to go to Kuwait and be with him for 5 minutes. That's the mental picture that I have of Chantal. Just she's in that downward spiral of I have to keep Salah no matter what it costs me. No matter what I have to sacrifice, I have to keep him. I can't let go of him. I've given everything up for him. Well, Chantal, you're going to find out eventually what a bad idea that is. And that what you gambled on wasn't worth having in the first place. But that's a life lesson for you.
To get rid of my cats. I really don't have anything else to say. Just keep bullying me, I guess. Keep doing whatever you want.
And I wonder if she's going to use this against Salah. I just wonder. I wonder if when and if she goes back to Kuwait, if she is going, because, we'll see. If they're not going to have a moment where she gets upset with him and she throws it in his face, because that's what Chantal does. Once she does something for you, you owe her. And then after that, she owns you. And if she's done anything for you, she throws it in your face. I can almost hear the conversation now. I gave up everything for you, and I gave you a channel, and I gave you money, and I did this and I did that, and it was all for you. Like she will guilt trip the crap out of him. I gave up my cats to come live here in Kuwait for you. Because she's emotionally manipulative. Everything that she chose to sacrifice, that she is sacrificing, she will use it as a weapon to beat him down verbally. She'll throw it in his face. It's all your fault. I lost everything. I gave up everything for you. I can almost hear that conversation right now. It's going to happen.
Black's chaos. Yeah, he will. He will. Thanks.com. Thanks, life is beautiful. I guess people will just hate me forever. That's it.
Maybe I'm reaching here, but it just occurred to me. Some of the things that have happened recently. Like the video that surfaced on Reddit that made its way to Twitter, which then made its way to YouTube, where somebody somewhere took a video of her like she was live streaming and walking across the street. And you saw how Chantal really looked without all the filters. You know, Chantal's been blocking out reality on every side at every given moment. But in that moment, that was reality showing everybody what she really looks like, who she really is without the filters. And then now the situation with the cats, it just, I'm sensing a pattern here. I'm sensing a theme of reality is coming crashing in. And reality is saying, we are showing people who and what you really are. And you can't block us out. And you can't put filters on. Maybe I'm reaching, but that just kind of occurred to me. What do you guys think?
Hey, Miss Brown Eyes. Yes, Rebe. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Then don't.
Of God. Honestly, my faith is something that's become more and more, of course, like at first it's hard to make some changes, especially if you're an addict. You know, Miss Dan Connor, welcome. Oh, Breeza, thank you. Did I ever stalk somebody and film them in public? Did I ever, what? Did I ever take someone's cat from them and use it to exploit them? And, like, did I bully somebody for 2 years? Do I have 2 channels dedicated to bullying someone? Talking about them every day, to the point of, like, emotional distress or whatever, like.
Chantal, you talk about FFG on your main channel. And then when you were in Kuwait on the Chantal and Solid channel, you were talking about FFG there too. You never stopped talking about her. You've made community posts of thumbnails that you put together trying to throw shade at FFG. You use your channel as a forum to bully people. Reaction channels. Sometimes your own VIBs if they get on your nerves. Like how many videos, how many live streams have you made talking about French Fry Girl, Perfectly Imperfect, Kaya Simons, Skinny Queen, like different people? How many live streams? You are a bully. And you never turn away from the opportunity to be a bully on a public platform. You use it for content. You've got nothing else to talk about. So you talk about the reactors in the most hateful way whenever possible.
Anyway, I'm just tired. So, if you're tired, you have to rest, right? So I just can't talk about this drama. I can't be in drama anymore. So
I can't talk about this anymore, but yet this live stream went on for another, what, hour and a half, 45 minutes?
I'll be leaving the country, and then she really will not be able to stalk me. So I don't know what to say.
From an honest standpoint, Chantal, now the cats are in better places. Go to Kuwait and do what you do. No one's going to care. The cats were the main concern. Now that that's taken care of, nobody's going to care. And you can't use the cats as emotional manipulation to get people to tune in day after day anymore. You can't use them for deflection anymore either. So have fun with that. Have fun with that. knowing that you can't twist everybody's feelings up like a pretzel and get them all stressed out and tuning in to find out if everything's all right with the cats.
Reported her to YouTube many times. They don't give a shit. They don't give a crap. They obviously don't care. So, I mean, I'm done fighting, honestly. I'm done. And that's why I got mad at Negs too, because he turned on me on the basis that I didn't do anything about her. Are you kidding? Do you want proof? The amount of times I've reported her? Nothing.
Chantal, you can't sit there and be disloyal and complain about other people turning on you. You just can't do it. You have no loyalty to anyone except yourself. Your loyalty is for you. You are a selfish person. And yet you expect other people to be loyal to you? To be your friends when you don't even know how to be a friend? You don't have friends. You just gather people around you that are useful in some form or another. You meet up with a person, you size them up, you figure out if they have something or they are something that you like or that you can use. You use them up and then you throw them away. That's how you operate. And then you wonder why no one is loyal to you.
All for entertainment. So, that's how it is, plain and simple. And honestly, I just want people to just talk their crap about me. Bully me all you want. You're not going to break me. I have enough peace in my heart.
Now, we don't have to break you. You're breaking yourself just fine. You talk about other people damaging you. Ma'am, you're damaged goods. You are. You are damaged freight. Unclaimed freight that nobody wants. Because it's just too much. It's way too much. In every way, it's too much. With all of your issues that you don't want to fix, you are too much. Too much baggage. It would take a lifetime to unpack and sort out. And you're not even starting the process on your own. Okay? Nobody has to hurt you because you're doing a fine job hurting yourself. Nobody has to step in and do anything. You're doing the job just fine.
God is good. Yeah, babe. No, no mushkila. Yeah, if she cared so much, she wouldn't have said a word exactly. She was willing to sign that NDA, remember? Nah, she wanted to use it for content. Thanks, Hiccups, for your super chat. Welcome to the Loyalty Users Club, Rick James Biatch. Black Cillian always speaks facts. Very wise woman, I can tell. And I just can't stop crying because everything is coming out now. Like I said, the decision to even have to make that decision.
Hold on a minute. I need to go back to that part.
God is good. Yeah, babe. No, no mushkila. Yeah, if she cared so much, she wouldn't have said a word exactly. She was willing to sign that NDA, remember? Nah, she wanted to use it for content. See,
this is where you screwed up. Foodie. If Frenchie was over there saying, I'll pay you money and I'll sign an NDA, and you actually went through with it, then if Frenchie did say something on her live stream, then you would have some legal standing. But because there was no NDA, you don't have a claim about anything.
Thanks, Hiccups, for your super chat. Welcome to the Loyalty Users Club, Rick James Biatch. Black Cillian always speaks facts. Very wise woman, I can tell. And I just can't stop crying because everything is coming out now. Like I said, the decision to even have to make that decision Like,
You know, you can always tell the fake tears. She'll start crying, then she'll stop, like on a dime. She'll start and then she'll stop. I'm sorry. If you're really upset, can you do that? Can you like get really upset and cry and then just stop 5 minutes later? No. No, you're ugly crying, you're ugly crying. They call it ugly crying for a reason. This is performance. This is performance art at its worst. This is strictly a performance. I mean, she did say earlier that she's in character. Well, when you play a character, you're putting on a performance.
I don't know how you think I don't love my cats all of a sudden. Now you're all of a sudden like listening to FFG on this when you've had so many years of content of him being the beezer and everything. And my life has changed. So I did the best thing for him I could do. And you know what? He's very happy. So that's why I'm not terribly sad, but I am sad. It is weird being here without them. But it was not an easy decision. It should be criminal in my opinion. Like, to me that's like theft. It's like fraud. It's fraud. They said it was fraud. But
Not really. You said you did not want the cats going to French Fry Girl. They didn't. They went to her sister-in-law or brother-in-law. So technically that person was telling the truth. You did not want the cat going directly to Frenchie. She doesn't own the cat, but the sister-in-law does. It was a relative. So the person wasn't lying to you, were they? And that's all you needed to hear, that it wasn't Frenchie owning the cat directly. But the part you didn't research was, are they related to FFG? You didn't look far enough into it like you could have. You weren't concerned with that. All you were concerned with is somebody is offering to take the cats off my hands so I can go to Kuwait. Hey, you're getting what you want. You can go to Kuwait now. Have fun.
it's something that would have to be dealt with civilly. They said it's fraud and harassment, and I have to make a police report. But I did make a police report. I don't know if they needed, if they didn't try to contact me for more information. So
You don't have a case. You made a video showing Pete handing the cat off to somebody willingly, knowingly, because you were right there with your camera. It wasn't like you were filming somebody taking the carrier out of Pete's hands and running with it. And then you posted another picture showing that she was happy in her new home. You said that the owner gave you an update. Here's a picture. She's so happy. You don't have a case, Chantal. You might as well just drop it.
FFG stole BBJ for content, not because she loved the pets. It was never about the cats. Everyone knows that FFG killed her 2 dogs, wake up zombies who follow her. They'll never. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very toxic, bittersweet, and I cannot, you know. Ash, people euthanize their pets. Do you not see how mental it is for you to give me crap for I was going to euthanize BBJ when FFG euthanized 2 pets? Are you kidding?
So are you doing the whataboutisms? Oh, because somebody euthanized their pets? Then that you're just trying to justify what you try to do. That's what you're trying to do right now. Oh, she did this to her pets, so no.
Kidding? Yeah, Miss Dan Cooper. Yeah. So, like I said, may God have mercy on her soul. That's all I can say. That's it. I will not be talking about FFG, Goral World, any of these.
You said that in your community post, and then what are you doing? You said, I'll be doing no more live streams. I'm done with YouTube. Didn't you say that on TikTok? You said that on TikTok, and yet here we are.
people ever again in my life. I will not let them enter my brain.
Good luck with that.
Inshallah, if something can be done legally, it will be done behind the scenes.
You said that too. You said, oh, I'll be doing everything behind the scenes. And yet you came on camera tonight making threats against Frenchie. And that was recorded by more than one person. Because I'm sure a lot of reaction channels caught that little brief stream of you issuing threats. In fact, I've seen it on different clip channels. So, yeah, you did that. You don't know how to move in silence, Chantal.
Pick a country and live your life with your husband. The more I let God into my life.
You know what? Listen, I know we've got like an hour or so left, but she just keeps going over the same points. There's no need to go any further. We're already at 2 hours for this react. You guys don't want a 6-hour react video. And honestly, I don't want to be up till 4 in the morning making it. So we'll just end it here. I mean, we got the gist of it. Foodie is angry because she was neglectful of her pets. And it's all coming out. It's being exposed. This is her worst nightmare. But it was a nightmare that she created. Because had she been a good pet owner and taking care of her cats, this would not be happening. Rehoming the pets is not the problem. The neglect of the pets is the problem. Did she do the right thing and give the cat to somebody? Yes, she did. But just because she did, it doesn't excuse all of the neglect that those pets have been suffering for the longest, all the pain that they've been going through. Just because you give your pet to somebody doesn't mean you're excused from all the evil that you've been doing for the longest time. And there's no reason, there's no excuse why that should have happened. And that's how I feel. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hope everybody has a great night. Please take care.